Training montages in movies always spark some emotion inside of us. We see the characters putting themselves through pain every day to prepare for a challenge. And have you noticed something? Most often, it's a challenge they chose for themselves. It was not imposed on them. Now, of course, they are fictional characters, but we believe their stories. We believe a person would be as driven as they are if they had an important reason to do it. We develop self-discipline only if we have a reason for it. Before we can get things done, we must know why we should do them. The reason is what makes the difference. There's that story about the two workers who are laying down bricks. A man passing by asked them, "What are you doing?" The first man said, "Oh, I'm doing my job and laying down these bricks." And the second man said, "I'm building a cathedral that will stand 1,000 years. Isn't that interesting? The same job, but done for different reasons. Desire is the starting point of all individual achievements. So the first thing we need to make progress in life is a goal that we are passionate about. I know, you'll say, yeah, goals are important. This is cliché already. I agree, you probably see these kinds of quotes on Facebook every day. But most likely it's still difficult for you to think of a goal that's inspiring. We're used to doing tasks not because we want to do them, but because someone else makes us do them, like a professor or your boss or a family member. We've been conditioned to take orders from an authority, but not to set goals for ourselves. Have you ever stayed up all night to work on your business or personal project? Probably not. But you did most likely stay up all night to work on a school or job project. The orders of your boss or professor were more significant for you than your own. Sure, we can get by well just by doing things that an authority orders us to do. But that's not a fulfilled life. We feel truly alive only when we do things that we want to do and we are passionate about. You'll say, well, here we go, another cliché. Do something you are passionate about. You'll say, but I have no idea what I like. Well, we think that you may have already found your passion, but you're not aware of it. Seriously, you're awake 16 hours a day. What do you do with that time? You're doing something, obviously. You browse certain websites, you talk about certain things, you watch certain TV shows, you stay up to date with certain news. There's some topic or idea or activity that dominates a significant amount of your time without you realizing it. Your conversations, the people you follow online, the headlines you click on, all of them have a common theme that you are attracted to. It's right there in front of you, but you've never been aware of it. Take a moment and think about what that theme may be for you. Now, your natural tendency will be to think that what you love doing cannot be your calling in life. For example, you may think, yeah, I love watching movies, but that doesn't count, because I could never do anything related to that field. Really? Have you ever considered the possibilities? Here are a few ideas. You could make movie reviews on YouTube. You could create and sell merchandise related to your favorite movies. You could write stories that could be adapted to movie scripts. You could start a podcast interviewing people in the film industry. You could work as a cameraman or animator or sound editor, colorist, makeup artist, and so on. There are hundreds of ways you could work in that field that you are passionate about. But here's the thing. When you first think about what you could do, usually nothing inspires you. That's normal. Don't expect to discover your goal like a revelation. Something like, oh, I realize that I love watching movies. Therefore, I know that I want to be a director of photography. It doesn't happen like that. In the beginning, the image of what you want will be unclear, but something about it will feel attractive. And at the same time, you will feel discomfort. Again, that's normal. Excitement and discomfort should go hand in hand, because a good goal is one that excites you and scares you at the same time. Fear is a good indicator that your goal is big enough. You realize that you'll have to work a lot to get from where you are to your goal, and that makes you afraid. However, the thought that you could achieve something great also makes you excited. It's that combination of fear and excitement that propels you towards achievement. So take a few moments and think about what your passion may be. What could be that topic that dominates your activities, your conversations, and your free time? In the PDF below this video, we prepared a few practical steps that you can follow to help you discover your passion. Click on it, download it, and do the exercise.
Radu talked about finding your passion and a big goal that inspires you. But before doing that, there is an important question we need to ask ourselves. Why bother? Why work that hard? Why read so much? Why struggle to change your habits? Why wake up early in the morning? Why bother to improve at all? The question of why has haunted humanity for thousands of years. What's our meaning on this earth? Why are we here? Why should we do anything? In the end, we're just some people living on a small planet in a vast universe of billions of galaxies. What difference does our existence make anyway? It does make all the difference. If you think about it, everyone is the center of their own universe. The only thing you can experience is your own life. So why not make it a great life? Your life is your own universe. So why not live in it? As far as we know, there is no universal reason to do anything. The wisest people in history all agree it's up to us to give answers to these questions. The meaning of life is to give life a meaning. Each person is motivated by something unique. For some, it may be providing great experiences for their kids. For others, it may be getting a beach house. For others, it may be setting foot on the moon. But all human goals have something in common. It's also evident in all of nature, plants and animals. That commonality is growth. All life strives for expansion and fuller expression. Think about it. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it can. Trees send their roots as deep as possible. They stretch their limbs as high as possible. They produce every leaf possible and every fruit possible. We human beings also have the desire to grow as much as we can. That's why you bought this course, to develop yourself. That's why you want to travel and see the world. That's why you want to be muscular and lean. That's why you want a nice home and a nice car. All of us want to experience more of life. It's in our nature. Each of us is given a choice. We can become part of what we can be, enough to get by, enough to feel okay, or we can strive to become all that we can be. The reason we set big goals is to force ourselves to grow. If our goal in life is to get by and spend time on social media and watching TV, we don't have a reason to develop ourselves. But if we want 5 vacations a year, a 7-figure business, and a beach house, then we must grow. The challenges and hardships of achieving a big goal are what transforms you into an amazing person. People often say they'd love to spend their lives doing nothing. If they had money, they wouldn't work another day in their life. Really? Let me ask you a question. Do you remember that Sunday last year when you slept until noon, spent all day online, and then went back to sleep? Was that a memorable day? Is that a day you choose as the best in your life? Definitely not. But how about a day when you overcame some challenges or lived an adventure? Maybe you hiked to the top of a mountain, or maybe you learned how to surf, or maybe you redecorated your house, or maybe you went to a sports tournament. Those are days that you remember and cherish. We are not happy when we don't do anything. We feel best when we overcome a challenge and grow from it. Even when playing computer games, we don't want them to be easy. Who would play a game where all our enemies would die as soon as they see you? That would be the most boring game ever. No, we want a game to be hard, we want to struggle and finally to succeed. Jim Rohn said something great. We all must suffer one of 2 things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret and disappointment. What we must understand, however, is that regret and disappointment hurt far worse than discipline. Self-discipline is not punishment. It is a conscious choice. It means choosing between what you want now and what you want most. You choose to give up something of a lower nature to receive something of a higher nature. This is what Abraham Lincoln's mother taught him on her deathbed. She said, "The beginning of wisdom is the desire for discipline, the love of discipline, the voluntary choice of discipline. It is the high road that leads to everything that makes life worth living." He was just a boy at that time, but he carried that lesson with him for the rest of his life. Few people understand that sacrifice is actually positive. You do not lose anything when you become disciplined. You do not lose. You let go. You let go of something that's not serving you and embrace something that is serving you. So in this first video, we want to leave you with a simple message. Discipline is not punishment. It is happiness, freedom, and peace of mind. It's happiness because discipline is the opposite of being stuck. And when you're not stuck, it means you're growing. And growth is always equal to happiness. It's freedom because it gives you the power to do what you want when you want it. It doesn't matter if it's work, fun, or relaxation. You give your own orders. You don't need an authority to tell you what to do. And it's peace of mind because it gives you the confidence you're gonna have a great future. If you do your work every day, you know you're gonna be successful. Having this state of mind will dissolve fear and negativity from your life. You and all of nature want to grow. And to do that, you consciously choose to give up on certain daily activities so you can replace them with tasks that lead you to achieving a big goal. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.